Once you've identified the book you want in the library's online catalog, you're ready to go find it on the shelves. This quick video will show you how in 4 easy steps. Step 1. Jot down the basic information about the book. You'll really only need 3 pieces of information: a few words from the title, the book's location, and, of course, the call number. By the way, if you're wondering why the call numbers seem to be different than what you were used to in high school or your public library, that's because they are. High schools and public libraries use the Dewey Decimal System, whereas college and university libraries use the Library of Congress call number system, which uses both letters and numbers. Step 2. Go to the floor where your book is located. The book's location listing will determine that. Here's a basic rundown. Anything listed as being in the general collection will be on the 3rd floor. Items with a location listing of reference, periodicals, or new arrivals will be on the main floor, and anything that's listed as juvenile, media, or archives will be on the lower basement level. Step 3. Once you're on the right floor, you'll need to determine what shelf the book is on. Here's where you need that call number. Take a look at the end of the shelf. You'll notice that each shelf has a label on it with a range of call numbers. Look at the first letter or letters of your call number and proceed to the shelf that alphabetically matches those letters, in this case PS. Now look at the first numeric portion of your call number, in this case 3511, and match its range with what you see on the shelf label. Does it match this range? In other words, is the number 3511 between 3358 and 3521? Or does it match this range? In other words, is 3511 between 3521 and 3553? If you guessed the first range between 3358 and 3521, then you're correct. Now you're ready to actually locate the book. For the 4th and final step, begin at the far left-hand side of that shelf at the very top. Scan the spine labels of the top row of books from left to right just within that section. You'll be looking for books whose spine label contains the first numeric portion of your call number. Then scan the next row and the next until you're at the bottom. When you get to the bottom, start with the next section and repeat the process. Once you find the row of books that matches the first portion of the call number, you're ready to begin matching the next portion of the call number, which will probably be a letter followed by a number, in our case, R94. Matching this portion follows the same principle. You'll just scan the 3rd line of the spine label until, alphabetically, the letter R comes up. By now, you've probably found your book or are getting very close. Just continue to the next line of the spine label and proceed either alphabetically or numerically, depending on which that line starts with. And here's our book.